Heidi Klum is not just another pretty face in the crowd. The supermodel has graced the cover of the world's top fashion magazines and strutted her stuff on the catwalk for most of the major designers. She has a jewelry line, a clothing line. She is even a new mom, and if that's not enough, she has a brand new book out, too. It's called Heidi Klum's Body of Knowledge, 8 Rules of Model Behavior. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was so surprised by this book because, among other things, you talk about not necessarily being an ugly duckling when you were a kid, but people called you Pizza Face. That was your nickname?
Yeah, they called me Pizza Face. You know, people always say, oh, were you the tomboy? Were you kind of like that kind of kid? And I wasn't. I don't have that story, so I didn't want to be like, oh, I really had it so hard when I was little. I didn't. But I did have, you know, problems with the spots, so I wanted to...
And the other thing you talk about is you come to New York, you go to work and want to become a model. You're not as tall as the other girls.
No. I wasn't as skinny as the other girls.
Well, you say you have a German butt.
Yeah, and I have, you know, I had the curves. And when I started, that wasn't really what was in fashion. You know, all the really, really, really skinny girls were in fashion.
How did you succeed?
I was a little too healthy looking. Yeah. I kind of like stuck it out.
If there could be such a thing. Yeah,
no, that's really what it was. You know, people, you know, they kind of said, you know, why don't you put that in your drink and maybe then you won't be as hungry and all these crazy things.
Really?
Which, you know, yeah,
you were encouraged to lose weight?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that was during that whole sort of, with the commercials for, was it Calvin Klein, with everybody was skinny and looking? Yeah.
It was a little strange. So I was a little too healthy looking for people's taste.
Among the things you talk about in this book is about being determined.
Yes.
And also working harder than other people. I mean, if you really want to succeed in anything.
It doesn't come from nothing. You know, you have to do extra work and you have to do more things than, you know, other people would think that you have to do. A lot of, you know, television segments I had to do and, you know, like great things. You know, you don't become like a big show all of a sudden like that. You have to do all these little steps in between. Yeah. So I did do a lot of those little segments and, you know, stuff like that that other people maybe didn't want to do. And a lot of people now say, how come she gets all these great things? And, you know, it didn't all of a sudden from one day to the next happen like that.
Are you surprised at all by your success?
Of course, yeah. Of course. I didn't think it was going to happen, no.
Because you were a contest winner as a kid. Won a pretty good sizable amount of money. But did you ever, when you were a kid, did you think you'd be on every cover of every magazine?
Never, never. Yeah. I kind of entered this modeling competition. I sent in a picture because a girlfriend of mine pushed me, and she said, you know, try. Right. And so I did, and I won this contest, and, you know, that's how it kind of all happened. I would have never, ever thought that it would be like that.
How has motherhood changed you?
How did it change me?
How has it changed you?
Oh, it's the most amazing thing. For me, now I'm second. For me, before I was always first. You know, now my daughter's first.
And how, there was a picture of you just close to...
It was honestly 3 days before I gave birth. Yeah.
Really?
It kind of just happened that way.
How soon did you go back to work afterwards?
Maybe a month and a half afterwards, yeah. But I did mostly covers. I did not really get so big in the face. I kind of just, you know, carried it all. Yeah.
Right. Does it change your philosophy in terms of how you see yourself in the future as becoming a mother? For instance, your mother, when you were born, she quit work just to raise you. Is there a part of you that says maybe I really need to stay home?
Yeah, I'm different than my mom. You know, I've traveled too much and I've been too much out and about, and I'm a little bit more curly and I'm a little bit more fast speed than my mom is. Yeah. So I do want to still be the way I am because I'm happy the way I am. I think that's going to be good for my daughter too. Yeah. I just have a different lifestyle than my parents did.
Also are, your personality is very optimistic. As I'm reading through this book, believe it or not, I'm reading through this book. Come on, I'm not just looking at the pictures.
And did you like it?
I'm very impressed by it.
I just didn't want to just, you know, put pictures in there. I thought that I have so many stories to tell and so many things happen to me, especially, you know, always trying really hard at getting better, and even people said, no, you know, you're only a catalog girl, you won't ever do this
Well,
kind
you
of stuff.
push the envelope. You
have to. I think if you want to do better, you have to be the person that makes it happen,
and you're also
not wait for somebody else to do it.
And you're also very optimistic.
Yes, I think you have to, yeah. You have to treat people good and, you know, be optimistic, absolutely. I think if you put a smile on people's face, they give that back to you, yeah.
I know, it's working this morning, I guess. Smiling here. Look at you, look like
I
Christmas.
Love it. I love
you look
that
like Christmas. Thanks for coming over.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
on
Thank
the book.
you so much.
Very nice.